Good Friday, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Conversation Daily News. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. Well, we made it to the end of another week. We, of course, have your news headlines coming up on this Friday with a message from my book, Words I Choose to Live By. And in today's Entertainment Spotlight, you'll be part of my conversation with actor, curve model, and body positive advocate Hayley Hasselhoff. Enjoy today's broadcast. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Friday headlines. In national news, Biden shrugs off recession talks up fighting inflation. President Joe Biden and his administration went all out Thursday to play down a troubling new economic report that added to the evidence of a recession, trying to pull focus instead to major legislative progress on measures to tame inflation, reduce debt, and preserve America's competitive edge. The desire to accentuate the positive reflected the political tensions that are already playing out in the run-up to the midterm elections. Republican lawmakers are sounding the alarm that a downturn has already started, a claim challenged by Biden and his fellow Democrats who wanted the public to instead focus on a pair of likely wins in Congress. Thursday reflected the constant push and pull that has defined the Biden administration, in which any triumph can be overshadowed by a setback and the news cycle moves at a faster pace than victory laps. This created dueling narratives about where the country is. Republicans said the report showed the economy shrank for the second consecutive quarter was evidence of a Biden recession at a time when inflation is at a four-decade high. Biden in turn cited near record low unemployment and signs of continued business investment in the economy. He declared, "That doesn't sound like a recession to me." The president celebrated congressional passage of a $280 billion bipartisan package to boost the U.S. semiconductor industry and the sudden resurrection of a Democrats-only proposal to lower prescription drug costs, tackle climate change, fund the IRS, establish a minimum corporate tax, and cut the deficit. Other White House officials took Biden's cue and shrugged off the gross domestic product report showing the economy shrank at an annual rate of 0.9%. In a rare press conference, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen allowed that Americans are fundamentally concerned about inflation, not the back and forth between Democrats and Republicans about whether the GDP report shows that the economy has slid into a recession. "We should avoid a semantic battle," Yellen told reporters, adding that Americans' biggest concern is with inflation and that they generally feel good about their ability to find a job and stay employed. In more national news, after Biden COVID recovery, administration launches new booster push. President Joe Biden's administration is launching a renewed push for COVID-19 booster shots for those eligible, pointing to the enhanced protections they offer against severe illness as the highly transmissible BA.5 variant spreads across the country. The initiatives include direct outreach to high-risk groups, especially seniors, encouraging them to get up to date on their vaccinations with phone calls, emails, and new public service announcements. All Americans ages 5 and over should get a booster 5 months after their initial primary series, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. It also says those 50 and over, or those who are immunocompromised, should get a second booster 4 months after their first. According to CDC, tens of millions of eligible Americans haven't received their first booster, and of those over 50 who got their first booster, only about 30% have received their second. In more national news, Biden hails economic bill amidst signs of broad Democratic support. President Joe Biden hailed a nascent Democratic package of climate, healthcare, and tax initiatives as a giant step forward for the country Thursday as congressional leaders began nailing down votes for a campaign season bill they've cast as a boon for voters struggling with inflation. A day after Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and conservative Senator Joe Manchin stunned Washington by resurrecting components of a compromise many thought dead, early signs were encouraging for the party. After Schumer briefed Democratic senators on the 725-page measure, Senator Chris Van Hollen said lawmakers' reaction has been uniformly positive. Loose ends remain in a 50-50 Senate where support from every Democrat, plus Vice President Kamala Harris' tie-breaking vote, are needed to overcome unanimous Republican opposition that seems preordained. And finally, in entertainment news, Tyler Perry to receive honorary AARP Purpose Prize Award. Tyler Perry will receive an honorary AARP award for uplifting communities and helping people overcome various obstacles through his foundation. The organization announced Thursday that Perry will receive the honorary AARP Purpose Prize Award during a live ceremony on October 25th. The famed filmmaker, actor, and philanthropist will be recognized for his work through the Perry Foundation. Perry's foundation, which launched in 2006, has focused on aiding several initiatives such as education, health, human rights, technology, and global sustainability. Some of his charitable efforts include building a home for a great-grandmother of 7 who lost everything in a fire, surprising kids with a trip to Disney World, and holding a camp quarantine at Tyler Perry Studios in Atlanta. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's on time for a message from my book, Words I Choose to Live By. Enjoy. Good Friday, everyone. I'm Cyrus Webb, and welcome to Words I Choose to Live By. Don't waste a single moment of this day on anything that isn't going to offer you the return you deserve. The investment you make today will surely pay off to you in time. Have a great Friday and enjoy your weekend. We have part of my conversation coming up with Hayley Hasselhoff in today's Entertainment Spotlight. Stay with us. You're listening to Conversations Daily News. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with Entertainment Spotlight. Actor, curve model, and body positive advocate Hayley Hasselhoff joined me on Conversations Live, the radio show, to talk about her amazing career and journey and what she's doing to help others. Here's a bit of our conversation. Hayley, really appreciate your time today. Thanks again for stopping by.
Oh, thank you so much for that beautiful intro. I'm excited to have this conversation with you.
Well, Hayley, I think anyone who's followed your journey online, myself included, we've always been inspired by you in the way that you're always, not only, of course, living your life, but also trying to inspire others. So, as someone in the public eye, how have you dealt with weight stigma throughout your career?
I've been a curve model since I was 14 years old. I'm still a curve model today, and I have to say, I've definitely hit those challenges along the way. But what it's taught me is to live authentically true to myself and to share that story with other women, as I want women to feel like they're worthy and beautiful no matter what shape or size that they are. And kind of where I'm at today is I believe that you can love your body in the now, and you can also love your body while you're trying to reach new wellness goals, which I think is really an important conversation to have, because it is a part of the weight stigma conversation where people believe that you can't love yourself in the now, even if you want to evolve to the tomorrow.
Such a great point, and I love that about the goals. So talk to us about some of the changes you've been making recently, Hayley.
Well, like many of us, I've been stuck inside with this pandemic. I'm now just getting back onto the road, and what I've recognized is I've really made these beautiful personalized toolbox tools that I've used for my mental health, but I haven't been recognizing the relationship that I've had with my eating habits or with my body and how I'm nourishing myself throughout the day. So I started taking Plenity, which is made from naturally derived ingredients. It's an FDA-cleared prescription product, which helps me feel more satisfied with smaller portions by feeling fuller. And with feeling fuller, it's really allowed me to be more mindful with the meals that I have and how I'm nourishing my body day to day. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you all for tuning into this edition of Conversations Daily News. We'll be back to you guys on Monday with more news, message from my book, Words I Choose to Live By, and of course, your Entertainment Spotlight. Until then, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Daily News today, and let's go make it a great one.